Alright, good evening guys, and let's see, just making sure I'm recording here. Alright, welcome to your first round here of how to make a Weebly website. First thing you're going to do, if you're brand new to this, you're going to go to education.weebly.com. And the reason I say to go to education is because it offers you a few more interesting aspects than the regular one. And plus it's linked in education, so we're all kind of connected that way. If you don't have a username, if you haven't never done this, you're going to go to this blue part here and create an account. I'm going to say test site 1, and then I'm going to make up, let's see, actually, okay, test site 1, give it a password, and then make up an email here. I would use your school email, but considering I already have that, I'm going to see if I can do this. It says that name's been used. Okay. Alright, so we're signing in. The first thing, if you notice, this is where it's going to take you. And you can fill out this information here. If you need to, you just fill this out. Madison Central, so that's where I go. Yada yada, and United States, Kentucky. Okay, this is all stuff you know how to do. I'm going to say skip this because we can do this later. So click on create a website, and we're going to look at a site. There's blogs and stores, but for our purposes, site's going to be the best option. Now, choosing a theme, this is where you're going to get into what the theme actually looks like, how the page is laid out. All of these pictures and everything can be changed, but some things to keep in mind is how do you want people to navigate your site? Do you want your pages to be listed up here along this way? Notice these themes have them up there. Or if you go down and here the pages are down here. And certain areas, so wherever you want the pages, some will be vertical, others will be like this, but there are some things you need to know, like you can't change this font. So if you are an elementary school teacher, then you don't want to choose one that has a design that has a cursive font to it. Other ones like this might be better, something that's going to be easier for them to read. So keep that in mind, like this can't be changed, that font style can't be changed. Unless you're a genius and you can read HTML, then you can change it all you want, but I cannot. So let's just choose, I'm going to go with this one for now, and you can always go back and change the layout of the page, and you won't lose anything. It'll all be there. Unless you've added pictures, it might be a little bit different, but notice here, let's take you to the next screen. Use a subdomain of Weebly. You always want to do this because if you don't, you're going to have to pay for this stuff down here. This is what your students will type in to get to your page. Okay, and notice that it'll Centra test site or test type, whatever I just wrote. Then you're going to go here. It'll say .weebly.com. So collect that, and that means that whenever I want to go to this website when it's published, I'll have it here, and it'll say .weebly.com. Alright, so now that's easy and we don't need to watch that video. Okay, this is where you get into everything. Everything is drag and drop, basically, in a nutshell. You're going to drag and drop everything into this element. So if I have a title and text box, we'll drag it and drop it there, and you double click, and then you type title of awesomeness. Okay, and then you can go over here, drag down this text box, and this is where you start filling in your content. Now, a couple things you need to know really quickly is how to hyperlink. Best thing to do is if I want to highlight this, then I'm going to go over here and click on the link button, and then I can have a URL up here, or I can link it to, I don't use these very often, but I can link it to a URL, or I can link it to a file. So if I want to link this to a URL, let's say I want to embed a YouTube video. I go to YouTube and I think, oh, this looks cool. You can't tell, my kids are always on YouTube, so I'm going to pause that. So this looks cool. We'll copy this and then go over here and, oh sorry, wrong one. Go over here and paste it, save it, and if you click off of it, notice this turns to a different color. So whenever you publish this, that will be your link. So for instance, let's go over here and publish, and it'll ask you this again. It won't ask you this every time, but you just say OK and click continue. It'll ask you to categorize your website. It's education, and that you're a teacher. Click continue. Okay, now it's published. So to go view it, you click on here, and here we go. This is what it looks like. So there it is, and I can click and it takes me to my content.
Big day of the...
And that's where we'll pause for now. All right.